Hello there. This video is about unusual wastages in Carmageddon. So here you see I'm driving the red car here, the Red Eagle, and I'm pushing prop shafter along, and due to a funny bug, as you see, the propeller was stuck underneath the car, underneath prop shafter's car, which happens sometimes in the game. And anyway, I'm pushing him along over hill and dale, and I'm trying to waste him. I'm trying to get him against some solid object so I can waste him good. And so I'm driving along. Finally, I think I've got him against that fence. So let me spin around and hit him against that fence. Now, well, where'd he go? Well, I thought he was around here somewhere. I went over too far. Here he is, right over here. So there he is. Okay. Well, he's not quite against the fence there. Maybe if I get him from this other angle, I can get him against the edge of the fence there. So let me approach him from this angle. And here we go. I'm going to push him along. Oh, I thought I just saw something pass by. Oh, maybe it was my imagination. Anyway, I've got him against the fence here, and here I'm going to waste him right here. Boom! Oh, good. I had him against a good solid fence there. That was a good wastage. My mini map tells me that the next opponent. Next opponent was right here, and it was Wide Boy, so he gets wasted. So let's see how that worked, because actually this is an example of the AI predicting what the player is not only attempting to do, but exactly when he's going to succeed in doing it too. This is an example of some very strong artificial intelligence here, which a lot of people don't realize even exists in this particular game, including the folks on the Carmageddon forum itself. So here I am. I'm pushing prop shafter along. So this is, you can see Wide Boy is coming along now. He was in shadow mode, which is kind of a CPU conserving mode when he's a long ways away from the player. He's pretty close to the player now, so he's become visible. And on the right, you can see I'm approaching prop shafter here. Oh, here comes Wide Boy again. So this is the point where I'm trying to decide the best angle to get prop shafter by. Boom, right here as I'm pushing him along the fence, Wide Boy literally flies over our cars. He's so eager to be wasted, he literally flies directly over us. And here he is, he's waiting for me to be done with prop shafter so he can be wasted next here. And there he is. So he knew exactly, the AI knew exactly when the wastage was going to happen. This part really gets me, where he's so eager, and he knows so exactly when I'm going to waste prop shafter that he literally flies over our cars in his eagerness to be the next one to be wasted. So the reason I'm producing this series of videos is this entry in Wikipedia, where it originally read, in video games, artificial intelligence is used to produce the illusion of intelligence, primarily in the behavior of non-player characters or NPCs. It said the illusion of intelligence. Now, intelligence can be defined in different ways, but it is my contention that the AI in the best video games, certainly in the best video games, the AI, like Carmageddon, the AI is not an illusion. The AI is definitely real intelligence. And that's basically the reason I started creating this series of videos. So I hope to get that Wikipedia entry changed, the entry on artificial intelligence in video games, to it's used to simulate human-like intelligent behaviors or subsets of intelligent behaviors, which is better. Still not perfect, but better. But there still seems to be a tendency to underestimate just how advanced artificial intelligence is becoming in today's society. People still have a tendency to poo-poo it. Even today, with all the impressive AI that's really all around us, including in video games, and that's a place where most people would be first to see it. And on the Carmageddon forum, even itself, there are a lot of people deny just how impressive the artificial intelligence can be in the game. So what this video is about is examining the unusual wastages, because I did a previous video on how the AI is able to predict when a car is about to be wasted, and it will send the next NPC car in the player's vicinity, so it will be around when the previous car is wasted. So the game can not only predict the player's motivations, but it can predict exactly when the player is going to be successful, which is pretty impressive, especially the being able to predict the player's motivations part, because that's, that takes a bit of psychology there. And when you're barreling along at 150 miles an hour and you're heading straight towards another vehicle, it might be fairly easy to predict it's going to be wasted. But when that car isn't even in your sights yet, or when you're wasting him in some unusual kind of fashion, it becomes much more impressive. So that's what this video is about: unusual wastages in Carmageddon, and how the AI is able to predict exactly when it's going to happen. So let's see another example. Here I am in the minefield, and I'm pushing the red vet along, trying to push him into the mines here so I can waste him. So I got him to get into a mine twice. He's pretty twisted up. I don't think he's going too far now, but I want to get this last wastage in here. So I'm pushing him around. Now the hard thing about wasting a car this way is you have to be careful not to hit one of the mines yourself here. So I'm trying to get him from just the right angle. He's not cooperating too much. And let me see if I get him from this angle. Maybe I can get him at a good wastage here. No, I didn't quite get him far enough there. Let me back up a little bit. Oh, now I just hit a mine. Well, that's not what I intended to do. So I'm going to repair the car. Oh, there we go. Now he's wasted. There we go. He's wasted real good now. So now my mini map tells me that the next opponent is somewhere in this vicinity, somewhere along this way. So let me drive this way, and oh, here we go. Here we see Thunder Bucket. Just happens to be right there, not too far from where the other wastage occurs. Now, was that a coincidence? No, it's my contention that that was not a coincidence, because here, let's see it in split screen view. You can see Thunder Bucket's just meandering along underneath the water in the lake there. He's underneath the water, just wandering around. Now he's starting to go towards the water's edge, towards the shoreline. And here, as I'm going along, I'm pushing the red vet around. He's going very slowly. See that? Going very slowly, very deliberately paced there. Oops, I hit the mine myself. But he keeps coming. He's going at a very slow. You can see the minefield on the left side too. Boom, there's the wastage. And exactly at that moment, here comes Thunder Bucket coming out of the water, exactly at that wastage. So that was an unusual way of wasting. I was kind of clumsily pushing the red vet around, and it was seemingly hard to predict when it was going to happen, but the AI predicted it almost perfectly. So here's another unusual wastage here. Here I've got the mine. I've actually got a power up here. I've got the mine shitting ability. So here I'm backing up against the other opponent here, Mad Morris, so I could shit some mines on him. There, I got him twice, and he's pretty badly bent up, but he's not wasted yet. So here I get him another time, and I think maybe I got myself a little bit that time too, because I'm kind of in bad shape here now. But the thing about using this power up is it's hard to see, because you have to back up, and push your rear end against the opponent. So I'm using my arrow keys right here to turn around my viewpoint so I can see behind me. So here I'm backing up against him again. I didn't quite get him that time. Let me try it again. Let me try him with this one. Ah, there you go. He's wasted. Now look at this. If you'll notice, I turn around, and as soon as I turn around, who do I see? But I see the pink. I see Pink Otis there in the pink car, just like he's waiting for me to finish wasting Mad Morris. Now let's go back a few seconds and see it from Otis's viewpoint. See him coming along? Now look on the left. Boom, there's the wastage. Otis appears exactly at the exact moment that the wastage occurs. It's so smart. It's able to predict so perfectly. And this was an unusual way of wasting. I mean, it wasn't like I was just barreling towards the opponent at 150 miles an hour. I was, wandering around, experimenting, trying to get it from different angles, trying to get just the right angle to position the power up, and yet the AI was able to predict exactly when it was going to happen. Now you can see Otis here. Here's from another camera angle. See how he's kind of wandering around, seemingly doing stupid things, but really he's just stalling and he's wasting time, so he can come at exactly the right moment when the wastage occurs. And there he is. So let's see that in a split screen view. Here we go. I'm trying to waste Mad Morris. See, I'm pushing up my rear end against him, and there's Otis. he's kind of meandering around. He's wandering. He's not going at a steady pace. He's just taking his time and pacing himself because he knows that it's going to take a while. He could have gone through that opening in the fence. He doesn't do that. He goes a long way around. He hits this wasted car. He hits the oil slick. He starts skinning around. He's just stalling for time. Here it goes. I'm about to get to exactly the right position. Right here, boom. I get to exactly the right position, and Otis arrives at exactly the right time to be there when the wastage occurs. And of course, he's actually waiting. He wants to get me, and he knows he can't get me through that wall there because he can't pass through the wall. So watch, if I go to the end of the wall, watch, he's going to follow me. He's going to follow me. I'm going to speed this up again a little bit, and there he follows me, so that because he knows I want to get him next. Okay, here's another example where I've got the mind shitting ability, another unusual wastage. Here I'm hitting Piranha here with the mind shitting ability. I didn't waste him the first time, so I'm backing up against him again. Try it again. Oh, there he is. He's wasted now, right there. Now, my mini-map tells me the next opponent is somewhere around here, so I spin around, and let's see, where is that opponent? Oh, yes, here he is. See there? There's Screwy Louie, waiting to be the next one to be wasted. So let's see this from another angle now. Here I am. I'm backing up against Piranha. Boom! I get him one time with the mind shitting ability. I'm backing up against him again. Boom! I get him the second time. I wasted exactly at that moment. There goes Screwy Louie. Exactly at the moment that Piranha gets wasted, Screwy Louie just casually wanders past. And here I spin around. And this is really funny. He goes around the loop. He goes around the loop, so I'll have another chance to actually see him. He goes around the loop, so he passes by me twice. So if I didn't see him the first time, I'll see him the second time. So this is really ingenious here. This is an example of real ingenious AI. So here we see it from his viewpoint. See how he was doing like one of the stunts, and he goes by me, boom, at exactly the moment that I waste Piranha, and then he circles around the loop here, so he'll come out the other end exactly at the right moment when I'm ready to tackle him. So let's see this in split screen view. See how Screwy Louie's like doing one of the stunts, and then all of a sudden, boom, he turns into the shadow for a moment. He comes along at exactly the right moment and exactly the right speed, and passes by exactly as Piranha is wasted. This is really brilliant. And then he circles around, so he comes out the other end at at the moment when I'm circling around to come after him. But I think the most mind-blowing example of prediction ability is this one, where I didn't even have a power-up this time. All I was doing is I was pushing coup de grace under that ramp, and what happened here? Look at this. Look at this. The next guy, jet car, just happened to be there as I was wasting coup de grace under that ramp. So was that a coincidence? No, that was not a coincidence. Look at this. So here we are. Let's look at it from jet car's viewpoint. You see how he's just stalling? He's just stalling for time. He's waiting, just like you would kick a pebble while you're waiting for somebody to come along. He's just going back and forth, bumping against this wall, just waiting for the right moment. And that dark area over at the top, in case you're wondering, that's the bottom underside of the ramp that the camera viewpoint is under. At exactly the right moment, he comes along. Look, see how slow he's going? And just as he comes by, at exactly the right moment when I waste coup de grace. Now this is really freaky because I'm wasting coup de grace in a very unusual way. I'm pushing him under the ramp. I'm not even hitting him really. I'm not using a power up against him. I'm just pushing him under the ramp, and he gets crushed by being pushed on the ramp. And yet the AI knows. The AI knows exactly. It knows that the wastage is about to happen, and it clearly knows exactly when it's going to happen. It's just mind-blowing how smart this AI is. So I think this clip shows several examples of real thinking ability on the part of the AI in the game. So what thinking abilities, what example of human thinking does it show? Well, first of all, it shows the ability to understand the player's intentions. It knew exactly not only what the player was doing, but what the player was trying to do. Secondly, it understood the strategy. It understood exactly how the player was going to do it. And thirdly, it understood the timing. It knew exactly when the wastage was going to happen. So it's a really amazing example of artificial intelligence. Anyway, in viewing this clip, a thought occurred to me. maybe it was not so much an example of the AI predicting that the player was going to waste the opponent. Maybe it was an example of the AI actually guiding the player along to waste the opponent in the way that the AI wanted him to. Because think of it, I was battling around with coup de grace, and coup de grace having to get flipped upside down near the ramp. Maybe the AI did that deliberately. It's possible that it flipped coup de grace, allowed coup de grace to get flipped upside down near the ramp because it had the idea that the player could then waste coup de grace by pushing it underneath the ramp. So that would be an example of the AI having an idea and actually kind of using psychology. It had an idea of how the game should proceed, and actually used psychology in order to get the player to do things according to the AI's idea. So that would be an example of the game actually manipulating the player and getting the player to do what the AI wanted, which is kind of creepy when you actually think about it. But I don't know, it's something to think about. It's a possibility. You never know. Thanks for watching.